Hello everyone, I'm Victoria and I'm back again with an update in the case of Ri'kiah Griffie. It's going to be a very quick update because there's not a lot of information available currently. And before we get into that update, I'm just going to do the quickest recap just in case you need it. After more information becomes available, I plan to do a deep dive from beginning to end on the case of Ri'kiah and what has been happening in the past few weeks. But I did want to go ahead and share this information with you because it does look like we're in the beginning stages of getting justice for Ri'kiah. 24-year-old Ri'kiah Griffie was last seen in person by her mother, Rhonda Duke, on October 7th, 2022. I am so sorry if you hear a bunch of noise in the background. My cats are being absolute menaces while I film. They've been sleeping this whole time, and now they want to tear the house apart. So I apologize if you hear a bunch of background noise. Ri'kiah was dropped off at her then boyfriend's apartment at the Town Tower Apartments in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. Ri'kiah and her family were very close, so when none of her family members had heard from her in a few weeks, Rhonda went looking for her daughter. Ri'kiah's boyfriend told Rhonda that he kicked Ri'kiah out of his apartment about a week before, and so it was at this point in late October that Rhonda went to the Aliquippa Police Department to report Ri'kiah missing. And for the last year and a half, Ri'kiah's family and friends have searched for Ri'kiah with little to no help from any and all agencies in their local area or with any sort of authority. In my last update, I did specifically say the Aliquippa Police Department by name, but truly it was any and all agencies with authority to investigate a missing persons case. The Beaver County Sheriff's Office didn't seem to do anything. The Pennsylvania State Police hadn't helped. State troopers, no one was helping them. In all honesty, any and all of investigative agencies that should have been involved in the search for Ri'kiah didn't do enough, which is why it took an anonymous tip calling in that human remains had been found in an abandoned building just up the street from where Ri'kiah was last seen for her to finally be found. On April 18th, 2024, an anonymous tip was called into the Aliquippa Police Department about human remains that could be found at 100 Fifth Avenue in Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. After the Aliquippa police confirmed this, the Pennsylvania State Police were called out to take responsibility of the death investigation. And on April 21st, 2024, it was officially announced that this person, who was found just 3 or 4 buildings away from the Town Tower Apartments where Ri'kiah had last been seen, was in fact Ri'kiah. She was identified through dental records, and at this time, a death investigation is still taking place to determine her cause and manner of death. Now, the newest update we have is that on April 26, 2024, the Pennsylvania State Police announced that they'd made 2 arrests for people in their alleged involvement surrounding Ri'kiah's death. Okay, as a heads up, I'm definitely going to mess up a last name in a second, so I'm going to put it on the screen like right here so you can read it while I mess it up. 35-year-old Shonda Dominus and 32-year-old Carissa Brewer are alleged by police to have removed and concealed Ri'kiah's body after she died in their apartment at the Town Towers Apartments. The date the court seems to state that this incident occurred is October 11, 2022, but right now I'm not sure if that means that Ri'kiah died on October 11, 2022, or if that was the day her body was removed, or if that's all the same date. Both Sean and Carissa have been charged with abuse of a corpse for moving and concealing Ri'kiah's body. I believe Carissa has also been charged with conspiracy for abuse of a corpse. Sean has also been charged with theft, receiving of stolen property, and tampering with evidence because he sold and disposed of Ri'kiah's property after her death. At this point, it's unclear what Ri'kiah's cause of death was, and I really don't want to speculate on it too much because I'm sure more information will continue to come out as the autopsy tests return and police start to state what her cause and manner of death were. With what they're being charged with, it's unclear if Sean and Carissa were directly involved with Ri'kiah's death or if police believe Ri'kiah died of some other means and then they moved her body. I just am not sure. I'm also not comfortable speculating at this time because Ri'kiah's family has made it clear that they don't want to speculate right now. In an interview, Rhonda specifically said that she wants to let the science prove what happened to her daughter.
Does this bring you any kind of closure?
I'm happy my baby is home safe with me and the good Lord, but now justice will prevail. I'm happy that she's safe now, and I know where she is.
Are there any theories about how she may have died?
No. We're going to let the scientists do their work and get to the bottom of this. Because again, justice shall prevail for Ri'kiah Griffie.
Both Sean and Carissa are currently in state custody, and we're just going to have to wait the next few weeks and months as more information comes out and the case progresses. It does seem like, though, Ri'kiah and her family are in the first stages of finally getting justice for what happened to Ri'kiah. I do want to address this. I have seen some rumors about what may or may not have happened in the apartment that day, and there's been little details shared here and there on Facebook and in other places, but I genuinely have not seen any official information to corroborate this, and I don't know who the people are who posted this information. So for now, I'm not going to include those rumors or anything like that. I just want to wait for the official information to come out, either from the police or Ri'kiah's family or in court documents. I don't want rumors and speculation to get in the way of finding out the truth of what happened and making sure Ri'kiah gets actual justice. In their search for justice, Ri'kiah's family have been using the hashtags Justice for Ri'kiah and Justice for Kia. I ask that if you share anything about Ri'kiah and her case, that you please use those hashtags to further their cause. I'm so glad that Ri'kiah's family is finally starting to get the answers that they've looked for so long. I wish it had come sooner than a year and a half later, but at least they're starting to get some answers, and it looks like Ri'kiah is starting to get justice.
What's most about her?
Her heart, her kind soul, her loving ways,
She loved
her
her
laugh.
sisters.
She adored her mother, just like I adored her.
Tonight in Aliquippa, heartbreak and pain.
She laid here by herself, and we drove past her every day. Justice will be served for my cousin, whether it be by the law or by the Lord.
Wherever she went, whoever she met, that her light shined brighter than ever. She affected so many people, touched so many people.
Family and friends gather to remember 24-year-old Ri'kiah Griffie.
And I ask my God that you shine your love and your light around this family to carry them through. And Heavenly Father, as Ri'kiah shines down her light, she sees this love and she is not struggling.
I know I talked about this in my last update as well, but the investigators truly failed Ri'kiah and her family. Had they conducted a basic search of the last area that Ri'kiah was definitely known to have been in, just a simple search for a missing person, that they would have found her, most likely. And I wouldn't even be saying anything if we knew that they had searched abandoned buildings, side streets, all of the usual places you search for a missing person whenever you're not quite sure what happened to them. I wouldn't say anything. I would say, well, they searched. Some people miss people when they're searching for them. It happens. But I genuinely don't think anybody has searched. Nobody did these basic things that investigators are supposed to do when someone goes missing. It's truly sad, frustrating, maddening how little support Ri'kiah's family received while they were searching for her. If you do have any information that you believe could help further the investigation, please do call that information in. You can call the Pennsylvania State Police tip line at 1-800-4PA-TIPS and remain anonymous. I am truly hopeful that everything that's happened will come out soon for Ri'kiah and her family so that they can have all the answers they need and they can start to get the justice they've fought so long for. I truly hope that, as Rhonda said, the science does prove exactly what happened to Ri'kiah. Thank you so much for following Ri'kiah's case and supporting her family throughout this ordeal. I hate that the outcome is discovering that Ri'kiah is dead, but I'm glad that her family is finally starting to get some answers. That's all I have for you in this update. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Justice for Ri'kiah! Justice for Ri'kiah! Justice for Ri'kiah!